Welcome back, everybody. It's time to look for new positions and track some more transactions, so let's get right to it. All right, here we are logged into the web application MyATMM.com, and we're looking at the dashboard right now. Another new feature that was added was over on the cost basis screen. We now have this quick position. So normally you could add new positions and have the complete profile of a covered call or whatever the option that you bought or sold was, and you could give the detail of the strike and the expiration and just get down to nitty gritty details of selling an option or buying an option, and even setting up strategies like covered calls or cash secured puts or even spreads. We have created the way to create a quick position, because sometimes, like if you're doing an iron condor or just a multi-leg strategy, you don't want to have to enter every single leg. It gets tedious and monotonous, especially if you're like working with thinkorswim. If you create a spread, it does it in one transaction. An iron or condor, you can do that in one transaction, and it just puts the strikes with slashes in between them. So to break that out into this, to give it like four legs for an iron condor, would be very, very monotonous. So we created a very quick way to where you could just click quick, and then again give it the date, and then you could actually just copy the description from thinkorswim or whatever that has the strikes with the slashes in them, and just slap it in here, put how many contracts you got or how many iterations of it you got. Collateral, if you wanted to track the collateral that you're having to commit to that transaction, and then the price, the credit that you got for it if you sold it, or if you bought one, how much you paid for it, and then you could just click save. Let me go see if I can find a quick example. So I found a quick example. The example is selling a vertical. It is on XSP, but I am going to go ahead and just use it for this Apple sample. So I copied it over on the count statement of thinkorswim. I'm going to paste it in right here, and I'm going to go ahead and just get rid of all of the garbage that we don't need in here. So, I mean, if you're familiar with thinkorswim, this is typically how it looks. I will go ahead and change that out to say Apple, so we can at least just remain on the same ticker that we're currently on. And it doesn't really matter that the dates are not current, but you can see how it has the strikes with the slashes in there, and then it details how much you got for it. And we did sell this one, so we only did one, so I'm going to go ahead and put one here. Collateral, I mean, it's a 100 a $1 wide spread. You could go ahead and put 100 here, but usually if you're just doing like day trades and stuff, you don't even really care to track that, but you can if you want. So what did we get for it again? At the end of this, we got 95 cents for it, so the price we got would be 95 cents. And then we could go ahead and click save. And then it adds it to the quick position group down here, and it'll remain here. So, I mean, if you were doing like a swing trade, like a vertical or spread, over the next week or a month or whatever, you would want the quick position on here for that duration. And then when you did go back to finally actually close it out, uh, before I get to that point, we did just add the quick position onto the board as a position in play. Now, obviously, you'd want to go ahead and track that transaction. See how when we click submit initially, it added it to the proposed transactions, and it put your default commission and fees in here. Again, you can change those right here. Click the pointer hand to get it down there to pre-calculate the transaction fees for you. It is an option, and then you would go ahead and click save. And then that would retain it into your permanent transaction history. And then furthermore, if we ended up closing that, say we got 95 cents and we bought it back for, we'll just say 75 cents, click save. Again, it comes down here, adds your proposed transaction. We like the way that one looks. Funny thing about it is we sold that one. We're buying this one back. So actually this should have been negative. There we go. Now we got the negative in there. Add that back, and so we're buying it back. So see, we sold it for 94.49. We're buying it back for that. Click save, and then we have netted the whatever the difference is in the 20 bucks or so of whatever that was. And this is in my real account, and this is just a demo, so I'm going to go ahead and delete these out so it won't mess with anything. And yeah, so that's the new quick positions that we have in here. It gives you the ability to quickly do spreads, iron condors, really elaborate option strategies, and you can enter them as just one single transaction, so you can keep it keep up with your positions really easily without having to create multiple legs for every single option strategy that you're doing. I want to thank you for watching. Like and subscribe if you haven't already, and go out today to MyATMM.com and get your free account so you can start tracking your own transactions. Thanks, and I'll see you in the next one.